Bonjour. It's the moment you've all, some of you, been waiting for a few days. My new boat. My new boat. There she is. Look at this. It's got a pointy up bit thing. Look at that. See that up there? Wind indicator. I know which way the wind's going now. Yeah. She's beautiful, isn't she, eh? She wants a clean, but it's alright. Don't we all? Hi, I'm Idiot Brown. Yeah, the audio was terrible. So I'm going to talk on here instead and just show you the pictures, because that's what we're going to have to do. Right, on it. As thou can see, she's got a roller furling head sail there. The sails were new in 2022, so that's nice and easy for a single-hander. I'm not over keen on them, I prefer hanked-on sails, but... And look, there's my little wind instruments and stuff like that. Yeah... As you can tell, I don't do talking on words very well. Moving on, moving down the side, spinnaker pole there. So I think there's a symmetrical spinnaker that comes with the boat. And just at the base of the mast there, look at that cool mast tidy thing with all the little doodad madingers on. Yeah. Incidentally, I was actually looking for something like that for Demetrius, because I thought I could cut the base of the mast off on Demetrius and put that in, which would then get rid of the little crack thing and also keep the mast at the same height. But I couldn't find one for a Proctor mast. I'm sure there are some out there somewhere in the land of milk and honey, or wherever. You can see all the lines come back through deck-tidy doodads into jammers, which is ideal, and you can just see there the instruments on the top. In fact, let us have a more better look at those. No. Yeah, so they all come back to the jammers, and then I've got 4 instruments across the top there, which are like nav and wind instruments, etc, etc, etc. Why is it good that everything comes back to the cockpit? Literally everything comes back to the cockpit. The boat has a single line reefing as well, which can be a bit finicky, but apparently it works well on the boat. So I'll have to get used to that. But basically, instead of going up to the mast to hook the tack onto a ram's horn and then tightening up the reefing line, basically the reefing line is just one single point that goes from the boom through the clew, along through the tack, down pulleys and stuff, and then down into the thingy. So as you pull on that reefing line, it tightens up the tack, which is in the bottom corner of the sail, down here near the mast and the boom, and it also tightens up the clew, which is at the end of the sail on the boom at the end of the leech. Yeah, I'll show you one day when I'm sailing. Yeah. Moving on, new mainsail and cover 2022 from WHATS Sails. It's rigged up for lazy jacks up there. What are lazy jacks, I hear a few of you cry. So lazy jacks are lines that go up the mast and come down and out onto the boom sort of thing in little ziggy zaggies. And what happens is when you drop the mainsail, it sort of flakes it and keeps it between those lines that are going up the mast and sits the mainsail onto the boom, which makes it a little bit tidier. So if I dig out some footage, I don't know if I will, because I don't know where my hard drive is at the minute. When I dropped the sails on Demetrius, I had to go up and sort of cram it all onto the boom and get a sail tie on quickly so it was usable, and it's a bit of a faff, so this makes it a little bit easier. And I'm all about easy. Welcome to the cockpit. Tiller. I like a tiller. I have an autopilot for the boat as well. You can see there that it has an adjustable backstay. A little bit closer up coming in now. With my finger in the shot. That was it anyway. Very quick shot of the adjustable backstay. What is the adjustable backstay for? It's for adjusting the backstay. I don't know enough about it at the minute. I need to look more into that sort of. I think it's determined by wind speed and weather and blah 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 and wind angle as to whether you want a slack backstay. I went to a doctor's for that once, or a nice tight taut backstay. But what will probably happen is I will find a happy medium, like any boat with a fixed backstay has, and I will leave it there and not touch it and pretend it doesn't exist. I will tie the line off so it can't slip through that little doggy clutch thing and cam, and leave it. Don't touch what you don't know about. What's next? Yeah, back into the cockpit. You can see it's got little hidey holes for things. All the winches have been serviced in 2022 as well. Massive doodad cockpit locker. On the top of the cockpit locker there, you can just see the pokey and hole bits for the tiller pilot, and then there's also a cockpit locker aft as well. That isn't self-draining, so that gets rainwater in it, which isn't ideal because I'd quite like to put a diesel heater in, and that would have been an ideal little place for it. But I don't want to put it somewhere where it could risk getting flooded, etc, etc. Yeah, that's the outside of the boat. Is there anything else I need to tell you about the outside of the boat? I've got opening hatches, several of them, and they don't leak, touch wood. I have windows, they don't leak either, touch wood. I have got some curtains for them which I need to put up. Yeah. Anyway, stop talking nonsense. Let's have a look around the inside. I've changed my mind. I'm actually going to tell you what the boat is, because I'm sort of halfway through editing. And it's like, I haven't even mentioned what kind of boat this is or anything. So, this is a Scampi 30. You'll know it as Dan's boat, which I've been on for ages. So, 10 out of 10 bumbly points for anybody that guessed that. It wasn't a difficult guess. 8 out of 10 bumbly points then. Excuse me, wow. Scampi 30, late 1970s, was made as a racer, cruiser type boat, and did very, very well. I think they got a 1, 2 and 3 in one of the big races. So she's a quick boat. Not necessarily what I need, massively quick boat, but the good thing is, because of the tragedy on the Fastnet, a lot of new rules came in around safety and capsize screening and stuff like this. So the boats around that era were made pretty bloody well. Dan, who owns the boat, has done a lot of miles in her. He's a racer, so he's pushed her a lot harder than I ever will. He's been across the channel like he's shelling peas and stuff like that. He said he'd be happy to go across the Atlantic in the boat. Whether this will be my forever boat that I go across the Atlantic in, I do not know. I may well do a couple of years or a year or something around the UK and around the Med or something. Blah blah blah. That's all stuff for the future, whatever. But the good thing is that this boat is effectively ready to go. This isn't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what the boat is. Okay, she has an encapsulated lead keel, which is good because it's encapsulated so it can't fall off, and it's lead. Every time I do a video my phone goes off, and it's lead, so it's more dense, which means you need less of it, which means you have a lower wetted area, which makes you quicker, which is a thing. Originally this boat used to have the engine in the forepeak, and a hydraulic drive back to a short hydraulic pipes back to a hydraulic drive to a short prop shaft to a propeller at the back. I'll go through what this boat's got now. Words and things. One thing you'll notice if you, I'll go back to a little video of the outside a minute. The if you have a look at the hull form, she has quite sort of square chines, squared off chiny bits along the sides of the hull, and I think that is so that she sort of heels on over onto those and sort of planes on that section of the hull and maybe reduces wetted area and makes it pretty quick. I don't know. I'm not going to be racing around on this boat. I'm always going to have one reef more in than I probably need. Incidentally, I have a cockpit cover and spray hood. That's what the little metal rails were that you saw. I forgot to mention that. Let's just get on with the inside, shall we? I'm talking. This was a completely pointless interjection. I'll see you in a bit. I'm really sorry. I've lied. I'm not going to do the inside tour at the minute. For the simple reason, I just had some news about Demetrius, which will come up in a following video. So I've been sorting that out, and I've got a job interview in 57 minutes, and I need to get this video edited and up for Patreons today. So I'm going to split the video into two. It's a bit pooey seeing the outside and then the inside, but basically I'm changing a lot in the inside anyway, sort of the way things are set up, so it'll be better if I just get that sorted first. I'm in between two boats and messing around. I've already got one job, I'm now interviewing for another, so I'll be full-time at one job if I get it, and then part-time in another, so I could do with getting in front with the videos anyway. So yeah, sorry, you've seen the outside of the boat, you know which boat it is. It's the Scampi 30, it's Dan's old boat. Next week I'll talk about the inside and what I'm doing. That'll make a decent sort of video, because it'll give me more time to chat through what I'm changing and the work that I'm doing as well. They're all just improvements rather than what two things are fixing, the rest is just little improvements. Yeah, but this is her. That was her. She's awesome. Yeah. Oh, got it. There's YouTube stuff. Yeah, am I? Still not. But yeah. I don't know. Auf Wiedersehen.